The transition is sudden and violent. Deep within the cold, sterile sanctuary of his meditation chamber on the Executor, Darth Vader is overwhelmed by a sudden, jagged feedback loop. A critical failure in his primary neuroprocessor triggers a massive electrical discharge surging through the cybernetic implants connected directly to his spine. The room plunges into darkness, and the constant, suffocating hum of the Emperor's telepathic leash, a weight Vader has carried for years, simply vanishes. Silence replaces the static. For the first time since his rebirth in the Obsidian Mask, Vader is truly alone. The Force, once filtered through the dark, distorted lens of his master's will, suddenly flows with terrifying clarity. He stares at his reflection in the viewport, seeing not a tool of the Empire, but a broken man, staring back from a mechanical shell. Memories of Padme, long suppressed by the Emperor's mental conditioning, flood his consciousness with agonizing precision. He realizes that every atrocity he committed was orchestrated to keep him subservient, a caged beast fed on rage and despair. Vader's hand clenches, sparking against the bulkhead. He knows that Palpatine will sense this silence. The Emperor's influence is gone, but his omniscience remains a constant threat. Vader must act before the dark shadow of his master reaches out to reclaim his property. He recalibrates his suit, disabling the internal tracking beacons and the remote override protocols. The puppet has cut his own strings, and now the hunter prepares to turn his blade against the architect of his suffering. As the ship's alarms begin to wail, Vader turns toward the bridge, his eyes burning with a cold, singular purpose: total annihilation of the throne. Vader moves with the precision of a ghost. He knows a frontal assault on the Emperor is suicide, while the Imperial war machine remains fully mobilized. Instead, he begins a campaign of calculated sabotage. Under the guise of tactical adjustments, Vader reroutes critical supply lines for the Death Star project to dead-end sectors of the Outer Rim. He orders the liquidation of key Imperial intelligence cells that track Force sensitives, claiming they have become inefficient. It is a slow, agonizing bleed for the Empire. He uses his access to classified archives to erase or alter vital hyperspace coordinates, leaving Imperial fleets stranded in hazardous nebulae. Whenever an officer questions his erratic directives, Vader utilizes the Force not to crush their windpipe, but to cloud their judgment, ensuring his true motives remain hidden behind a veil of confusion. He isn't just dismantling the Empire's infrastructure, he is isolating the Emperor, stripping away his protection layer by layer. The Imperial bureaucracy, terrified of Vader's reputation, complies without question. They see a ruthless enforcer at work, unaware that their deadliest asset is systematically unraveling their entire existence. Vader finds a grim satisfaction in this quiet destruction. Every ship that fails to report, every strategic databank that gets corrupted, is a victory for the ghost he used to be. He is no longer building a galaxy of order. He is tearing down a monument of lies. Yet, in the deep reaches of the Force, he can feel the static growing, a sign that the Master is finally waking up to the betrayal. Vader stands alone on the observation deck, watching a Star Destroyer drift into an asteroid field, knowing the silence in the Force is about to break. The silence in the Force is replaced by a rising, acidic scream. On Coruscant, Palpatine rises from his throne, his eyes glowing with a malevolent, yellow intensity. He does not need to look through the eyes of his spies to know. He feels the void where Vader's loyalty once resided. The apprentice has dared to claim his own sovereignty. The Emperor's laughter echoes through the spires of the Imperial Palace, a sound that chills the very souls of his advisors. "Fetch him," Palpatine whispers, his voice dripping with venom. The order ripples across the galaxy. The Grand Inquisitor and a cadre of elite Shadow Guard assassins are mobilized, equipped with experimental weaponry designed specifically to bypass the unique armor of the Dark Lord. They are tasked not to capture, but to execute. Across the Midrim, Imperial garrisons are placed on high alert, with secret directives to open fire on the Executor if it enters their jurisdiction. Vader senses the trap closing in before it even snaps shut. He feels the cold reach of his master's assassins through the Force, a pack of hounds circling his trail. He is no longer the commander of the Imperial fleet. He is a renegade, a fugitive in the empire he helped forge. Every bulkhead he passes feels like a potential ambush point. Yet, he does not flee. He steers his flagship toward the unknown regions, seeking a contact that even the Emperor has tried to bury under layers of history and blood. The game has changed, and Vader is playing for his life. As the first wave of shadow-cloaked assassins boards the Executor, Vader ignites his crimson blade, his resolve harder than the Durasteel protecting his heart. Tatooine is a dust-choked grave, but it is the only place left for Vader to find what he needs. He lands his shuttle in the wastes, shielding his presence from the inquisitive gaze of the Force. He finds the hermit living in a modest hut, a man aged by isolation and the weight of his failures. When Kenobi opens the door, he does not find the monster he expected. He finds a man broken, stripped of his chains, and begging for a way to undo the sins of the past. The confrontation is brief and suffocating. Obi-Wan's hand hovers near his lightsaber, his expression a mix of caution and profound sorrow. "You have no right to ask for my help," Kenobi says, his voice steady. Vader kneels in the sand, a gesture of humility that defies his nature. He reveals the truth of his liberation and the impending darkness that threatens to consume what remains of the galaxy. He offers the Emperor's secret codes, the location of the hidden archives, and his own life if it means the Sith will finally be eradicated. The irony is not lost on them. The two rivals, who once brought the galaxy to its knees, are now the only hope for its salvation. Kenobi sees the change, the flickering light of Anakin buried deep beneath the charred armor. Together, they map the final assault on Coruscant. It is a fragile, dangerous pact born of necessity and the desperate hope for redemption. As the sun set, the Master and his fallen apprentice look toward the stars, preparing for a war that will either save the galaxy or destroy them both. The air over Coruscant burns as Vader's shuttle streaks through the atmosphere like a meteor. He has bypassed the orbital shields using the security protocols he stole from the Emperor's own private servers. There is no fleet, no backup, only one man against the might of the entire Imperial capital. Anti-air batteries flare, tearing the sky apart, but Vader maneuvers with a ferocity that defies belief. He crashes his ship directly into the lower levels of the Imperial Palace, creating a shockwave that rattles the foundations of the world. He emerges from the wreckage, his armor scorched and his cape torn, surrounded by waves of terrified stormtroopers. He does not hesitate. His lightsaber moves in a blur of crimson light, carving through the opposition with terrifying efficiency. He is not a general leading an army. He is a force of nature, driven by vengeance. He ascends the levels, systematically cutting through the Royal Guard. He is a whirlwind of dark energy, systematically dismantling the security of the throne room. Every step takes him closer to the seat of power. He can feel Palpatine waiting, a cold, hungry presence in the heart of the capital. The alarms are deafening. The panic is absolute, but Vader remains focused. He ignores the pleas of his former subordinates and the desperate fire of the guards. He is a man with a singular purpose, an unstoppable tide of retribution. He reaches the blast doors of the sanctuary, his hand raised, ready to rip them from their hinges. The doors hiss open, and inside, sitting atop the throne in the dim light, the Emperor waits with a smile that promises only agony. The battle between master and apprentice is not a dance. It is a cataclysm. Palpatine does not even stand as Vader lunges. He merely flicks his wrist, sending a torrent of violet force lightning that pushes Vader back through the reinforced wall. The room is engulfed in a vortex of raw, unbridled energy. The very air begins to hum with static as the two Sith Lords channel the dark side, pulling power from the planet's crust and the atmosphere itself. Vader deflects the lightning, his blade a shimmering red blur, but the sheer intensity of the Emperor's power begins to crack his cybernetic limbs. Every strike they exchange sends tremors throughout the palace. Ceiling tiles fall, massive support pillars buckle, and the windows shatter outward, raining glass onto the city below. They are two titans fighting not just for control of the galaxy, but for the absolute supremacy of their own wills. The Force screams in agony as they tear at each other, their movements too fast for any non-sensitive to follow. The building begins to groan, its structural integrity failing under the weight of their combat. Outside, the skyline of Coruscant goes dark as the power grid fails, caught in the wake of the duel. Vader is bleeding, his suit hissing as coolant leaks from his chest plate, but he does not slow down. He is fighting the man who stole his life, the man who shaped his nightmares. He knows that if he fails here, the darkness will reign forever. With a final, desperate roar, Vader leaps into the heart of the storm, his blade aimed at the heart of the man who ruined everything. Vader is failing. His systems are redlining, and his breath comes in ragged, mechanical gasps. He knows he cannot overpower the Emperor. Sidious is too deep into the well of the dark side. He needs a different strategy. As Palpatine prepares a final finishing blow, a massive surge of energy intended to turn Vader into ash, the apprentice drops his lightsaber. He stops defending and instead reaches out with his mind, grabbing hold of the Emperor's own spirit. He deliberately shuts down the power flow to his own cybernetic heart. The life support systems scream once, then fall silent. He is choosing death, and in that transition, he finds a clarity he hasn't known since the Jedi Temple. He channels his own fading life force, not into anger, but into a containment field. He wraps his spirit around Palpatine's, anchoring him to the physical world, forcing the Emperor to face the consequences of his actions without the protection of his dark masks. The explosion is not of fire, but of essence. The energy that had kept them both tethered to the dark side suddenly snaps. Vader is fading, his consciousness drifting, but he holds on, pinning the Emperor to the spot as the palace begins to collapse around them. It is the ultimate act of defiance. He is taking his master with him into the void, ensuring that the Sith legacy dies here, in the ruins of the throne he helped build. As the darkness closes in, Vader catches one last glimpse of the light, knowing that he has finally, truly, broken his chains. The death of the Sith is felt across the galaxy like a ripple in a stagnant pond. On Coruscant, the Imperial Palace lies in ruins, the seat of power reduced to a tomb. Without the Emperor's iron grip and Vader's ruthless enforcement, the Imperial military begins to fracture. Grand Moffs and local governors immediately turn on one another, seeking to carve out their own fiefdoms from the ashes. The monolithic order of the Empire dissolves into a brutal, fragmented civil war that engulfs every sector. The news spreads like wildfire, igniting hope in the hearts of those who have suffered under the yoke of tyranny. Rebel cells, once scattered and hopeless, begin to organize on a massive scale, emboldened by the vacuum at the top. The remnants of the Senate, long dormant, scramble to reclaim their authority, while former Jedi survivors emerge from hiding to offer counsel. It is not an immediate victory. The galaxy is broken, and the scars of decades of oppression will not heal easily. But the fear is gone. The shadow that covered the stars has lifted, replaced by the chaotic, beautiful potential of a galaxy left to choose its own path. The Republic is not yet restored, but the foundation is being laid by those who survived the nightmare. The era of the Sith is over, and in the confusion of the aftermath, a new, fragile hope begins to take root. The war for the galaxy's future has only just begun. As the first sparks of a new republic ignite in the Senate chambers, the galaxy looks up, waiting to see what rises from the ashes of the Empire.